I can prove.
And you had another face-off yesterday or today with Irene on the waterfront and stuff. Did you see anything different in that stare down with her compared to the one you guys did last month?
No, it's just like see her again, see make couple things for the fans, can see ours too, like for you guys too. And it's not about us, it's all about you guys.
When for you, because you're very respectful towards her, you're obviously a very nice person, but when does the flip switch to you to this person is trying to take this belt away from me and I need to obviously do damage to her in the cage?
When I signed the contract, when I signed the contract, the line modes started. So, and from there, I never stopped thinking like, I gotta protect my belt. I never gonna sleep in any opponent ever again.
And in the last fight, you finally won a title back, right? You haven't done that in a long time. You've just been defending them. So it's a first defense of the second title reign, right? Like, do you look at this differently than the first reign you had, or does it just feel like a continuation?
Yeah, it's a continue. I like to compete, so be here is just like a blessing to me. I love it, the fight week. I love everything involved to be a fighter. So it's just compete in my life, it driving me forward, and it's that.
Did a face-off on the waterfront with Amanda there. She has all the belts and stuff. Like, is that just a nice last reminder and bit of motivation of what you're fighting for this week?
Yeah, for sure. We have seen each other. It's the second time we face off, and yeah, it's a motivation to see the belt on her, knowing that I'm able to win that and now to have my own picture with that belt.
And people kind of on those face-offs have pointed to your size a lot, and when they're comparing the two, do you see that to her? Like, do you feel like you're the bigger fighter and that can play the impact in the fight?
Well, yeah, I've been always one of the biggest fighters in the division, and yeah, I feel in a good shape. Training camp was really good. I'm physical, on my best shape ever, and yeah, I feel strong. I feel nice, and I think that's going to be an advantage for me.
What do you just make of Amanda at this point in her career? Like, she had the loss to Juliana for her first one in a very long time, and she rebounded, but she's admitted that she thought about retiring after that fight. Like, do you feel like she is maybe as invested in the sport right now as you are, who's like obviously very driven to get that title?
Oh, definitely. I'm very hungry for the title. I'm very focused on that, and that's my main and only goal now in my life. And I don't know what's on her mind. Maybe, I don't know if she wants to retire or not, and we'll never know how mentally it's the other fighter going to come. But I'm expecting that her best version, and I'm thinking that she's going to, if she wants to retire, she's going to want to retire as a champion. So I'm not taking it in the easy way. I'm not seeing that. I'm expecting her best version, and that's it.
What is your motivation right now? Because you did that interview where you said you'd considered retirement after the first Juliana fight, and I think people kind of freaked out, being like, is she 1 foot out the door, or like, where is she? So can you just maybe, to anyone who has doubts about your mindset or your motivation, explain to them where you are right now mentally?
Yeah, like when you hold the belt for so long and then lost that thing, like you get sad and you don't know what you do, honestly, because you work so hard. I worked my whole life for that thing, and then see go away like that with somebody that I know I'm better, and that was hard to see, to watch it after and everything. But like for a couple moments, I walk and then like I was like a little confused about the whole thing, But like soon I got home, because I drive back and I take a couple days to be at home, and I always think about a lot of things, what I can do, what I have to change, I think a lot of things, and I decided no retire, because leave my belt with Juliana, no way. Can be with somebody else, but with Juliana, no. So, and I know I can kick her ass, anytime I want. That day was like a day. I'm taking like she's supposed to like win that day, I'm supposed to make the mistake that I make to fight without being really in my great shape, and I pay for, and I never is gonna do that again, ever. So, yeah, like I was confused a little bit, but like soon I got my foot in the floor, I got home, and everything was ready to go. My mindset was like ready to get the belt back and never lose again. So now I'm here, motivated as a lioness, ready to go through the jungle. My spirit's so strong and everything else, so I'm ready to go.
And we see it a lot in these scenarios when a fighter like yourself could beat a dominant champion like herself. She'd probably get an immediate rematch. Is it your expectation that you're going to have to not only beat her once, but probably twice in a row?
Yeah, we don't know. I'm focusing on winning this fight. I don't know about what's going to happen next. If it's the case, I'm sure we can make a rematch. But yeah, let's see what happens first in this fight.
And in the front, right here. Amanda's obviously, she's been champ pretty much her whole UFC career. I know she had the hiccup against Juliana, but she got it back in her next fight. So I'm curious, were there moments maybe when you weren't preparing, you didn't have a fight lined up, that you were mentally preparing to fight Amanda throughout your career?
Yeah, I've been watching Amanda for a long, long time. I have always have her in mind. I have always prepared for her. It's not just this training camp. I have prepared for her for a long time. And actually, especially when I won to Kathleen Vieira, I thought it was a possibility to get a call for the belt, because she was number ranked 2. She was undefeated, and by her credentials, I know that it was a possibility. So since then, I was already training for Amanda just in case.
So looking back throughout those years, how have you seen her development and growth as a fighter, or is she still kind of relatively the same fighter? She just kind of got improved all around.
Oh, we see her that she has been improving. She added the southpaw game to her tools, and well, as a fighter, if you're not improving, what are you doing here? And she has done it. She has been improving in every fight. She had a little slide down with Juliana, but she came back better. So I'm expecting her best version.
Well, speaking of that southpaw, when she did fight Juliana, she came out and kind of threw her off by switching stances. When you were watching that, what did you think when you saw her come out southpaw?
We thought that, yeah, she adapted that to her game plan, and we thought it was good. It didn't scare us. If the fight was going to come sooner or later, it didn't scare us because we always train in the gym with both guards, with southpaw and the normal guard. So, yeah, I'm prepared for that too.
Irene was in here earlier, and you've essentially been the champion her entire UFC career, and she said she had been studying and preparing to fight you even before you had won the belt. So was she always on your radar as a future opponent even before you fought for the title?
I always think about her too, The lions don't sleep, So I was training for her actually because I know I'm supposed to be her, And me and Nina always think about it. Because they talk about Juliana, all those things, but I always think about the Mexican right now have a good run, They might think about Puri Aldana. So we started training for her right away. And when I got a call, with Juliana. So, but I was training for Aldana already. When everything changed, at the end and become Aldana, I was ready for her already.
She said she had thought there would be a moment even before you fought for the title that you guys would probably be matched up even way back then. So were you aware of her back then too, and were you watching her?
She lost. I don't think she was really, she's supposed to, but her fight's not always a fight that oh my God, she's the next, That's why UFC put somebody else in front of her. If she impressed them, for sure we would be able to fight. But she not always impressed back then to face me. But now, not having anybody else, so she's still not impressed. But I'm not asleep on her, and I like to fight somebody else new, and I like the challenge she brings to me.
Final one for me. A lot of fans and pundits they label Amanda as just the greatest combat sports, the female athlete, not just MMA, but boxing, Muay Thai, everything. So I'm curious how you view her legacy in combat sports.
My legacy? Her legacy? Oh yeah, for me she is the greatest of all time. For me she is, and that's what makes it even more great for me to being able to have this opportunity against her, to be one of the greatest. I respect her, it's an honor for me. And yeah, but as much as I respect her, for me, is in this fight, I'm coming with the mentality of winning, and it's not kill or die in that fight. For me, it's kill or kill, and that's it. But it doesn't take off the honor that I have and the respect I have for her.
Irene, over here, right here, just kind of where you were, right there. Do you remember where you were and when you found out that you got the title shot? Do you remember that moment when you got the news?
Yeah, for sure. I was training in my gym, in Lobo Gym. I was just ending my wrestling jiu-jitsu session. I was 2 weeks from fighting Raquel Pennington, so I was ending training camp for Raquel Pennington, and we were just finishing the session and saw my phone, and I saw Mick Maynard call, and I returned the call, and he was like, "Okay, we gotta say this to you. Juliana is injured. She broke her ribs, and we wanted to offer you to fight Amanda in her place." And I was like, "Okay, so Raquel is out? Yeah, Raquel is off. Okay, oh great, yeah, we're in. Oh yeah, so we need you in 2 days in New Jersey to make the press conference." So it was really crazy. So one day I was preparing to fight Raquel, and the next day I was fighting for the world title against Amanda, the greatest. And yeah, it was really crazy, but it was awesome.
Just, wondering, Irene's had a few weight issues in the past. She's missed 135 a few times.
She did it?
Yeah, and she's
didn't
had
know
to fight
that.
at 140 at catchweight a few times as well. Any concern just with that information that she makes weight on Friday?
I will fight her. I don't have a problem. Not for the belt, though. The belt's going to be a decide save, but I will face her.
So you will face her, but won't put
Yeah.
the belt on the line?
Yeah.
That's what
I will face Aldana.
Are you more motivated? Are you more excited for this fight?
I am, I'm motivated. If it was Juliana too, I would be too, because the compete is what makes me excited. So no matter what, who step in front of me, that makes me excited.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Question here. In an earlier episode of Embedded this week, you talked about how you have a vision of you and Grasso getting a picture taken together, both with a belt each. I was wondering, is visualization something you've done a lot throughout your career? And do you have a vision for what's going to happen on Saturday night?
Yeah, for sure. We have a photo of both of us holding a belt from a company in Mexico, from a league, a MMA league in Mexico, where we started our careers. And yeah, I see we looked so little in that picture, so young, and I know that we're going to make the photo again, but with the UFC belts, definitely.